In the village of Nko'otene lay in the heart of Cameroon's central region, where red earth roads curved through green valleys, and tall iroko trees whispered in the wind. But this year, silence gripped the land. The rains had failed, the fields cracked with thirst, the cassava was gone, the maize stalks brittle, and the markets eerily quiet. The air smelled of dust instead of roasted groundnuts, and even the drums of evening dances fell silent. Hunger had a way of stealing joy. In one small mud brick hut, 13-year-old Yaya sat on a wooden stool, clutching her stomach, an orphan raised by neighbors. She had nothing of her own except her quick smile and a stubborn belief that things could better. One day, while gathering firewood on the hills, she saw something shining on a flat rock. She stepped closer and gasped. It was a roasted corn cob, golden and warm, as if dropped by the sun itself. Her stomach growled painfully. She could have eaten it in 2 bites and hidden the evidence. But she thought of the children in the village, their hollow eyes. With trembling hands, she wrapped the corn in her cloth and hurried back. At the dusty village square, Yaya left the cup high. "I found this," she announced. "It is small, but if we cut it, at least everyone can taste something." The elders chuckled sadly. "1 cup for the whole village? That is like pouring a spoon of water into a dry river," said Papantem. But Yaya, calm and determined, sliced it into tiny pieces and set them on a calabash. The villagers leaned closer, touched by her courage. Then Tamu, the storekeeper, stepped forward. His gold chain glittered against his dark chest. "This is noble," he said smoothly. "But let me take it. I can grind it, mix it, and stretch it for more." Yaya hesitated but trusted him. She handed over the cup. That night, young Efem, who slept near Tamu's shop, peeked through the cracks and froze. Tamu was eating the roasted corn alone, licking his fingers, while behind him, sacks of hidden grain filled the room. The next day, the sky darkened. A rumble shook the hills, and for the first time in months, rain poured. Children rushed into the streets, dancing barefoot, their laughter mixing with thunder. Seizing the moment, Yaya led the blacksmith, the market women, and strong youths to Tamu's storehouse. The blacksmith knocked hard. Tamu opened the door, startled, and the villagers saw it all. Sacks of millet, maize, and beans stacked high. Gasps filled the air. "You let us starve while you feasted." Mama Forte's voice shook the Raj. The chief, tall and robed, stepped forward with sorrow in his eyes. "You have betrayed us, cousin. This food belongs to all." By noon, fires burned in the square. Women pounded spices, men carried water, and children fetched firewood. Huge pots of acha porridge bubbled, flavored with groundnuts. Yaya stirred the biggest pot with steady hands. When the food was ready, she served the youngest child first. One by one, bowls were passed on to everyone ate. Laughter returned, and even Tamu, humbled, carried bowls to the elders. The chief declared a new law. "In times of hunger, no one will hide food. What we have, we share." Months later, the rains had blessed the land. The fields were lush again, granaries overflowing. Yet one dawn cries broke out. The East granary had been raided. Sacks of grains were gone. The chief gathered the people under the mango tree. "This threatens our survival. We will search every home." That evening, walking near the river, Yaya spotted scattered millet grains and footprints leading into the bush. She followed quietly and found a hidden hut. Through a crack, she saw Efem, the same boy who once exposed Tamu, stacking stolen grain. Her heart sank. When Efem saw her, his face twisted in guilt. "Yaya, please, my mother is dying. I need money for medicine. I wasn't keeping it for myself." Yaya's chest ached. His pain was real, but so was his crime. "We must tell the chief," she whispered. The next day, FM confessed before the whole village. Angry voices clashed with sympathetic ones. Finally, Mama Fote stood tall. "He was wrong, but hunger drives desperate acts. We will help his mother, and he will work to repay the village." The chief agreed. Thus, the greenkeepers were formed. Men, women, and children guarding the stores, ensuring fairness. Yaya, now admired by all, became the youngest keeper. News of Yaya's courage spread beyond Nko'otene, reaching the palace of Chief Nkembe. One afternoon, she was invited to the palace to speak about the new grain sharing law. Nervous, she entered the grand hall, where painted walls glowed in the sunlight and drums echoed faintly in the air. There she met Prince Ekema, the chief's eldest son, tall and kind-eyed, with beads on his wrist. As she spoke, Ekema listened closely, his gaze steady. "You turned one corn into a law," he said afterward, smiling softly. "That is greater magic than any charm." Yaya blushed, unused to such words. Over time, he sought her out often, walking with her through the palace gardens, speaking of justice, fairness, and dreams. The villagers began to whisper, and for once, Yaya allowed herself to smile, not just with kindness, but with hope. The next year, another dry season loomed. Traders from outside offered to buy the village's grain at high prices. Temptation spread like wildfire. Some villagers argued, "We can sell and keep the money." But Yaya stood in the square, her voice firm. "Did we forget so soon? Tamu's betrayal, FM's mistake. If we sell, we may have money today, but starve tomorrow." A tense silence followed. Then Prince Ekema, stepping beside her, raised his voice. "The palace stands with Yaya. The grain stays. We endure together, or not at all." The crowd erupted in cheers. The decision was made. When the dry season arrived, Nko'otene had food for all. Not a single child went hungry. The grain keepers watched the stores, and the law was obeyed. One evening, under the glow of oil lamps in the palace yard, the chief blessed a union. Prince Ekema and Yaya, the girl who once held a single corn cob in trembling hands, was now seated at the palace, her heart full, her people safe. The drums beat and dancers leaped, and laughter filled the night. The famine had not broken them, it had made them stronger. Greedy may starve a people, but sharing can save generations. Even the smallest act of kindness can transform not only a village, but also a destiny.